any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. You ain't doing nothing. General West.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Game situation. Let's go. Begin.
Jones. Room here to run. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score 4-7. Vikings nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Yeah.
Field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Right there. 54. Right there.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
55. Hey, let's get in that hole.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And an alley to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 31 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They give to Johnson going right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Check, 55 to Mike.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
55 is Mike, guys. 55.
Now Brissett. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing again. Larson. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hey, Zoo. Spike.
On 1st and 10, Larson gets this one to Juszczyk. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
36.
Ready?
This is Jones. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D.
Hey, high 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Got it.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Come, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers.
Check 13.
We dribble.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Silver. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Hey.
From the gun, Larson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play fake, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Screen play, Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Here we go, here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Open man is Thielen, is complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time. And from down in Miami, an update. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 out. Stop your whining.
Two yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. On the base. 55, Mike.
I got him, I got him.
Go. That's it. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen.
They go play action with Brissett. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, pick your game up. Mike 55.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, check. Fresno. Now.
Running right, Jones. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Take 4. Hey, switch gears.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Larson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Down. 50. Plant. Hey, Delta.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Check the outs.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Larson. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing on 1st down. Larson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Ready. Hey, come on. 54. All day.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back near his goal line, Brissett. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 19 yards that time for number 19.
First down.
Brissett now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw, Brissett. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Johnson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go. Go.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, watch the delay.
To throw is Brissett. Looking for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Larson lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This time they stay on the ground, and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Not today, you won't. Not today. Watch the safety creep.
Now a give, right side. Small. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
55 to Mike.
So don't say nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 16 yards, a first down.
They had two tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
Play action now, Brissett. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Let's get this.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, check.
Go.
Check Mike 54.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Second and 7 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Right there.
Brissett now. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
For Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rabbit. Check it out. Check it out. Okay.
Brissett sets to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
39-yard line.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check Mike 54. Mike.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Brissett. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here we go. 50 base. 50. Off. I got it. Hey. 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. All day, just like that. Just like that. Flare.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Small. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Mike 55, Mike 55. Ready, go. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Here's Brissett. Keeps himself upright. Now he's forced out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and 12.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. 54. Hey, Haywood.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Larson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
check curls, check curls, check curls.
Brissett. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. It's complete, Stills. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now left side on the swing pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Brissett again. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
Next to score, Vikings 30, Colts 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Larson. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey. 24 is the mic. Let's go. 24 is the mic. Five.
On 4th down, Larson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. T.J. Watt. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Let's go now. 54. Too little, cut.
On 1st down, Johnson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, Brissett steps away to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up on Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He's checking, he's getting.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Bravo.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is going to have the 1st down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
1st down, Indianapolis.
Hey, Charlie. 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike, go.
On 1st down, Larson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now Crosby for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Vikings 37, Colts 17.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And now look at him go. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A big run there by Jones. 66 yards for him on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Hey, Orbit.
Looking to throw. Larson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
To throw on second down. Larson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Makes the score Vikings 37, Colts 24. Will Lutz set to kick
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Minnesota, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cover a car, I run it back. Then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab. Brown man, when it come back, I'ma give back. I'm mad when I check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when I check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the result, I better kill them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, run it